I'm going to run through the 2-year-olds real quick. Not super quick. I want to give you a few little notes on them. Allie's got grit. I think, put on about 85 pounds and looks much better on the track. Very happy with what I saw. I told you guys, a little bit behind. He's just going to just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. He doesn't have to go faster, but just keep working him and he will come around. Little spit polish goes a long way, and he looked good today. I saw him on the track. It was yesterday. Saw him on the track. He looked great. Arrowhead Hanover's been training great. He's going to requalify at the Meadows on Tuesday. At Trinette. Atrant. It's been told to me that she trained fantastic today, getting closer than I thought she was, actually. So she looked very good. We'll see how she looks in the coming weeks. Aunt Lily has looked great, looked fantastic qualifying. Can't wait to see this filly this summer. Bluebird Tuxedo Hill, a few little screw-ups. AST was high. Liver count was very, very high. Just had a lot going on, so he did not train since the open house. He'll train back on Tuesday or Wednesday, but it is a setback of a couple of weeks for sure. Cadeau, his qualifier, a little ominous. Was it good? Was it not? I thought his hobbles were tight. He's a horse that might go back with another qualifier this week. I can see that happening. Captain Incredible, training now. Back training with Harry in Ontario. He looked great today. I saw a video, just a short clip of him jogging from one of our clients. He looks great. Harry said his legs are cooling down, and he does look good and feel good, which is news to me, which is music to my ears. So happy to hear that. Century Legion, great qualifier this morning. Really happy with Century Legion. 2-1, 29 seconds on the Invict. Great job by the entire team. Get him qualified. Chicago Hill, hit the spot. Johnny, I've heard that Johnny said the horse was back on track and looked great today. Crowd those splints, got those flip-flops off. Fantastic news from the Chicago Hall camp. Probably train Wednesday and qualify next Saturday. Cleveland Masha is back jogging now. Sound as a dollar. Sometimes nothing is the best way. We go back, and I'll just touch on this quickly. We couldn't with certainty say what the issue was, but Dr. Bozenjak was certain that there was an issue there. She thought she saw something in the shoulder area. Regardless, all bone heals from 6 to 8 weeks. The coffin bones can be a little tricky. There's no fractures in her coffin bone. There's nothing wrong with her hips. Anything that would cause any extended time past that 6 to 8 week limit. So at 6 weeks, we started jogging her, and lo and behold, sound as a dollar. So no, we didn't absolutely, definitively find out what it was, but regardless, it's gone, and hopefully it'll stay away. There's no reason why it wouldn't. Country Dancing is qualifying Tuesday at the Meadows. Really happy to get a look at her. She looks big. I saw her in the barn today. Dancing by Myself, training good. Jason's been doing a good job. I told him, just keep going. Don't push. Just keep training him inside his comfort level. Just push him up against that line, but don't go over it. And Jason's been, by all accounts, been doing a great job. The horse trained good the other day. He was very, very happy with him. So fingers crossed that he keeps going forward. Dancing My Socks, likely requalify sometime soon with this guy. Fire and Shine, maybe her also. Very happy with these horses, though. Foxy Seaside, we let her hobbles out. I trained her myself Friday. Big last quarter. She seemed much, much better to me. Freedom Hill has looked good and looks really good. Was thinking about taking the barn down today, too. I heard a commotion. I walked over. I thought it was Aunt Lily. She can get up to that stuff. I said, what's going on over here? She goes, oh, Freedom Hill's acting up. She's feeling good, the big girl. She's looking for a fight. I like it. Gaslight Hall. They said Resolve Indeed and Gaslight Hall trained great today. Great job by Danny and his crew to keep these horses going, and Dr. Bozenjak under tough circumstances, right? We have a timeline to work with, but there were some minor injuries they were trying to address. They got to polish them all up in good time without giving them a big gap in their schedule. Just a tremendous job by everybody in Ontario with these two horses. Gorgeous package, looked awesome. Somebody said, are you going to race her? Well, I'm going to race her in a 2-year-old race if they're going to fill that. I don't think they have one written on Wednesday. Maybe next Saturday? Possibly. I'm not sure yet. We'll race her when we're going to race her. I'm not racing her in an aged horse race. I can guarantee you that. Grand Old Chap. I saw him on the track yesterday. Again, fingers crossed type situation. He looked good. He looked good trotting on the track. He's dappled up. He seems sharp. He's put on weight. You couldn't ask him to be any better looking than he is right now. He looks good on the track. I haven't trained him jogging, but he's jogging and he looks fluid. Grand Slam Dio and Green Glitter and Gymboree, I'm going to group them together because they all went to... no, Gymboree did not. She will be joining them there. They're all in Pennsylvania right now. They're getting ready to qualify on Tuesday. A re-qualification for Grand Slam Dio, Green Glitter, and absolutely Gymboree. We're going to qualify those 3 for sure Tuesday at the Meadows. He's a great guy. Looked good training the other day. High hopes. Man, I really wanted to bring her over to Pennsylvania and stretch her out in a bigger track, and I couldn't get her there. There's just not enough room in the trailer. Might school her this week. I don't want to qualify her again. I might find a way to get her over there. I'd love to see her at the Meadows, or Scioto, but I don't want to go all the way down there to qualify. So I'm really looking to try and find a ride for her to the Meadows. She would be our 11th horse, but the more I say her name and the more I think of it, I'd like to see her qualify once there. I don't play nice, train great the other day. He looks very, very, very good. I'm a Trucker is back in now jogging. Looks good. I'm Ready To is in the field right now. Leggy, we did have to have a procedure done. She had a line in her sesamoid behind, and a little piece popped off. Both Dr. Latessa and Dr. Brown said it should come out. Dr. Brown took it out. Everything went well. I don't know the timeline. Obviously, it's not 5 weeks. I can tell you that. I'm going to say 4 weeks in the stall. Bring her out in the field for a week or 2. Bring her back in. Put her in the water treadmill. By the time you get her in full workout again, it'll be 2 months. So I would say most of, if not all of, her 2-year-old season will be gone. You know what? Some of these horses, it is a blessing. They get injured and it sucks. But if their bodies just aren't ready, they aren't ready. So we'll see what happens with Leggy, but still a very, very nice filly, and this will give her time to grow up and mature. LT Troubadour will likely qualify again this week. Looking for a qualifier from him again. Manhattan Money is in Tim's Barn. Will be in Tim's Barn Monday, qualifying on Tuesday morning, a re-qualification for Manhattan Money. Melisandre has looked good also. She's on track. She's been 219. I told you, Lexington is our focus with her, and she's on track to do that. Memento Mori. Everything looks perfect. Qualifying Tuesday morning at the Meadows. 15 days later is his first stake race in Kentucky. We'll see how that plays out. Mountaineer Prince, I know everybody said, oh, he run. I don't know what's wrong with him. I trained him here in 2-2 yesterday. And I can't imagine he's ever going to have to go faster than that in the state of Michigan this year, especially on their tracks. He's comfortable. He's fluid. I don't know what happened in the mud. I have no idea, but that horse that I trained yesterday, will have no issues, I don't think, all summer long. My Wicked Heart, qualifier today in 2-2. Danny said her hobbles were out a little bit. They were trying to get a little length in them. She just seemed a little rolly. Now, I have not talked to James. I didn't want to bother him on North American Cup Day. I'll talk to him tomorrow. We'll get to the bottom of My Wicked Heart. Never Lose Felix spiked the temperature this week. Jog good the one day, temperature the next day. It's a little bit of a setback for Felix. Oh, he'll know. Has looked great, jog great. We'll train her back on Tuesday. Pelican Owl will remain out in the field for a little bit yet. Princess Dream, I trained her last Saturday, and I saw a picture of her jogging today. I said to Danny, you guys trained her? He goes, well, she did only jog for 2 weeks. I said, Dan, she doesn't get the whole summer off, right? We gave her lots of time off to heal up. She's healing up as she's going. She's able to go, so go. And you just go 240 to 250 with her for the next 3 weeks, twice a week, Wednesday, Saturday. Get her back working. I'm very happy with what I've seen from Princess Dream. Emily has done a tremendous job working with this filly to get her to where she is and comfortable and sound and healing. Healing. Resolve Indeed, I was told today, Resolve Indeed and Gaslight Hall looked tremendous. That is great, great, great news. The work that we put into them is coming to fruition. Now we still have to get them to the races. They're a few weeks behind, but they're on their way, and they're coming. Rose Run AJ looked good training this week. He'll be ready to go. Another one that's ready to go, and we want him to. If we find a race for a horse, he's ready whenever we need. Very happy with what I've seen from Rose Run AJ. Where are we at here? Rose Run AJ. Rose Run Alexandra. She hit her knee and it got a little bit infected. It's going to set her back 2-3 weeks. It is going to set her back. So we're working diligently to try and get that cleaned up. So frustrating. Every year or 2 or 3, you'll have this horse come up and you hear it. If you're a horseman, you know what I'm talking about. Never touched his knee, never turned a knee on, never turned a hair on its knee the entire time training down, and then just went out and trained one day and bang, hit its knee, and now it hits its knees. I had a filly I loved. Jeepers, 10, 11 years ago. Same type of thing. Lady Paquette was her name. Pacing like 54 as a 2-year-old. Never touched her knee. Looks a lot like this filly, actually. Never touched her knee, never touched her knee. By the time the heat of the summer came, she almost wore a go straight on one side. She hit it so bad. Now, I don't think Rosamond Alexander is going to get to that point, but we have to get that knee cooled out, get the infection out of her. We talked about the SAA count to establish an infection in a horse's body. So I'll put it to you like this: the SAA count for Flash Fly was 36. The SAA count for Rosamond Alexander is 1,500. So there is some infection going on. We have her on the right antibiotics. We're going to keep that knee cooled out. When it comes down, we'll start working with her again, but it's going to take a little bit of time. Rosetta is going to the Meadows to qualify on Tuesday also. I can't wait to see her. She sits at the bar. All the infections out. Her SAA was very, very low. No infection found. It's starting to heal up now. When the vet says, like I said, the plan was get her a little bit of exercise on that ankle that she fractured in the aqua treadmill. After a month of that, they said she can start jogging. She's not going to start jogging. She's going down to Kentucky to be turned out for the summer. Southwind Idex, we got to continue to work with him. He's been coughing all week, so he's going to be off for a week. Speed of Sound just isn't ready yet. For my partners on Speed of Sound, she's a big, giant girl. She's just not ready to go yet. She will be at some point. The Priest, a poor outing in the qualifier. That was completely out of the blue. I don't know where the hell that came from. They said he trained good this week. He is looking at a requalifier. I almost said, let's just take him over to Pennsylvania also. But I just didn't. We're not there yet with him. Although, if High Hopes is going, the Priest could, I suppose. I'll talk to Tim about it. Great news out of Ontario too. Danny said Trevino and Green trained better today. I told Danny he's foraging and hitting, and somebody said, well, foraging's easy to fix. It's incredibly difficult to fix, especially in 2-year-olds. If you're getting to the point where you're training them in 2.6, you've had them their entire life, and they're still foraging in 2.6 after the changes and modifications you made, it's incredibly complex to get them out of foraging. And I know I've had blacksmiths say, you just do this and you do that. Guys, you haven't seen their gait. You know, you no idea of be like me explaining to you what's wrong with my car without you ever looking at it. You might be in the right place. Maybe it is the alternator. Maybe it is the brake pads. Maybe it is the rotors. But you don't really know because you haven't seen the car. So when it comes to Trevino and Green, I appreciate the feedback from everybody, but it is a very complex situation. You're talking about millimeters, right? And the biggest thing with 2-year-olds that are foraging at this time is growth. Sometimes they just need to mature. And that's what I'd said to Danny. I said, come the end of June, if we're not confident Trevino and Green is going to be a racehorse at 2, then he's going to the field. We're not going to call the vet in and see if we can square him around and fix him up and tilt him this way and tip him that way and put shims on him. This is all stuff you can do with aged horses. We're not screwing around with that stuff with 2-year-olds. And you know why? Because I've done it 50 times and it's worked maybe twice. And it's never worked long term. Might be able to scoot them through a little bit and then they get a quarter crack and then they get sore here. They get sore over their back. They do this, they do that. If the horse is telling you in June when it's qualifying time that he's not ready to qualify, you may want to pay attention and listen. So Trevino and Green, I trained him myself in 2.6. Speed-wise, he's there. Mentally, 100% there. Just physically, he wasn't quite there yet. Danny said he was much better today. Perfect. So Danny's on the case, as they say. Wander Hill he'll need another qualifier too for sure. I like Wander Hill. He's a likable horse, but is he good enough? I don't know, and I couldn't get a read off a muddy track, but we'll see soon. Westland Warrior looked amazing training the other day. He's qualifying Tuesday at the Meadows. One of my most anticipated qualifiers. Yes, Maury's a good horse. We know that, right? We know Green Glitter. Those horses are going to do good. Who's the shocking one? Westland Warrior's my bet. I can't wait to qualify this horse on Tuesday. What a lady, what a night. Look, great training. They said this week both Illinois breds did. Lots of time for her, and they're getting close. And Woodmere Betcha now resides in the beautiful province of Prince Edward Island, where she will remain until she qualifies. As Smitty, my buddy Smitty said, Anthony, listen, the bulk of the races are at Old Home Week, during Old Home Week, just before Old Home Week, and after Old Home Week. If we were ready for Old Home Week, that'd be great. Said Smitty, you're on top. You have all the information I have. You take care of the filly, and you do what you think is best. So, full responsibility has now been transferred over to Jamie Smith. Very capable trainer, really, really hardworking guy, and motivated. Him and his wife and his daughter his family. They own some shares of Woodmere Betcha also. So he's a partner of yours. And just a really, really nice filly. I can't wait. And I told him, I said, Smitty, I don't really care. Just don't rush her. Do whatever you think she needs to have done to get to the races. I really like what I see in this filly. And I can't wait to see what she does as a 2-year-old. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. Your videos are all done now. You got them all. I'm not doing any top 10 lists. Summer is here. The horses are about to race. I gave you your opening. Gave you your 2-year-old, 3-year-old, and racehorse lists. I am thoroughly pleased with what I saw over the last 48 hours from our barn. I hope we keep it going tonight and tomorrow. So with that, I hope the weather is great wherever you are. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Take care.